4:30 in the morning, Ternate is dark and cold. A nest alarm goes off, 8-hour shift ahead. Trains instead of matatus. Australian dollar instead of shilling. Same exhaustion, same questions every single night. Why am I not getting ahead? Last video we audited the next day in Nairobi, and today we are crossing continents to follow her sister in the diaspora. Same profession, same discipline, completely different city. By the end of this episode, you are going to see the exact same truth show up in both places. Because this truth does not care what country you live in. You don't have a money problem. You have a time allocation problem. Welcome back to Time Pays. I am Justice Inorumba. Let's get into it. Your name is Mary, originally from Lusaka, now settled in Ternate, out in Melbourne's west. Mary is one of the thousands Zambians and African diaspora nurses across Melbourne. But everything you are about to hear is true how they actually live. Mom of two, works at the busy public hospital, took the long road through skilled migration just to get where she is now. And every single month, something still goes back home to her family in Zambia. Sounds familiar? Maybe not exactly your story, but somewhere in here you are going to see yourself. Same as the last time, we are following her one full day, hour by hour, because whether you're in Nairobi, Melbourne, London, Toronto, the audit works exactly the same. 4:30 a.m. the alarm cuts through the code, then the house comes alive. Tidying, packing school lunches, Vegemite sandwiches sitting right next to the leftover chicken stew. Getting uniforms ready. By 6:30, she's driving the kids to school. Because out in Ternate, nothing is really walking distance. 7 o'clock, she's in her car again, this time hunting for parking near the station. Then standing on the platform, waiting for the train. Some mornings it's smooth, other mornings delay is on the line. A packed carriage, standing the whole way with her handbag digging into her shoulder. By the time she walks through the hospital doors, almost an hour has quietly disappeared. Gone. She will never get it back. 7:45 handovers, 8 o'clock real work starts. Medication rounds, observations, wound care. She works straight through till 4 p.m. A short lunch and a quicker 15 minutes at the end. 4:30 p.m. back on the platform, then back in her car, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on M1, whatever is happening on the line. Home by 6, she actually gets rarely half an hour just to sit and breathe. Then it's homework at the table, dinner on the stove, nsima and chicken stew most nights. The family eats together around 7:45 p.m. A bit of TV, a bit of scrolling, a quick check-in on Zambian community WhatsApp group. By 10:30 p.m. finally she goes to bed. 6 hours of sleep, then 4:30 a.m. comes again and it all repeats. That's her day. Now let's put it on paper. Because just like Nairobi, the numbers are about to tell her a story she's too tired to note. Here is what jumps out the second you audit Mary's day. Hour by hour, transit times, driving to the station, hunting for parking, waiting on the platform, the train itself, none of it feels optional. But almost 2.25 hours a day disappears in pure movement and waiting. Scrolling 30 minutes at lunch, 45 minutes before bed, over an hour a day, pure consumption with zero return. Passive TV, 45 minutes most nights, not because she chooses it, because she's too drained to choose anything else. Add it up, 4.5 hours a day gone, almost identical to what we find in Nairobi. Different continent, different transport system, same leak. Here is the same twist we found last time. More time does not fix a problem, only intention does. Now, some of that 4.5 hours is genuine rest. That's fine, nobody's cutting all of it, but a real chunk of it is a time leak. It feels like rest, it does not actually restore it. And some of it could be handled differently. A school run can be coupled with another African family internet. Groceries can be bought online with click and collect. Instead of losing full salary to Woolworth, scheduled transfer for bills. Remittances home, instead of doing it all manually, do it online. Listen to a podcast like this one on your way to work. And that daily transit time becomes growth time. Instantly, not extra hours required. Let's talk numbers because numbers don't die. If Mary reclaims just 30 minutes a day, we'll get exactly what we find with Amani in Nairobi. That's 182 hours a year, almost 8 full days of your life handed back. 1 hour a day, 365, 15 days, 2 working weeks of extra life every single year without quitting a job. 2.5 hours a day, 730, a full extra month hiding inside a schedule she already thought was maxed out. So what could she actually build with that? At 2 hours a day, enough to seriously chase the one upgrade most overseas trained nurses in Australia are quietly thinking about. Bridging study towards full APRA registration as a registered nurse if she's currently kept at enrolled nurse level. That single move can change your pay scale for the rest of your career. It's also enough time to build a side income in NDIS support work, content creation for African diaspora here in Melbourne, or finally learning the basics of investing through super contributions instead of watching the paycheck disappear by Thursday. Realistically, a focused side income could add somewhere between 200 to 2,000 Australian dollars a month, scaling with how much time she puts behind it. That is not a promise. That is what's possible when reclaimed hours get pointed at something with a return. And some of that return can go straight back home to family in Zambia. Mary does not need more hours in the day. She needs to own the ones that she already has. So here is what I want you to take from both of these audits. Nairobi, Melbourne, 2 different nurses, 2 different continents. The exact same pattern. Most people don't have money problem. They have a time allocation problem. Before you ask how to make more money, ask where your time is actually going. Because the average diaspora professional already has raw materials for second income, a faster restoration, a stronger family life. It's sitting inside hours they are giving away for free. Not to their job, to waiting, to scrolling, to passive consumption that leaves them more tired, not less. You don't need a time machine. You need a time audit. This week, I want you to do exactly the same what you did with Mary. Write your day down, hour by hour, honestly. Find your 4.5 hours. You have them too. Then ask yourself, what's your 30 minutes worth? What's your 1 hour worth? What's your 2 hours worth? A year from now, looking back, if this hits home, send it to someone who needs it. A nurse, an Uber driver doing nights, a sister working 2 jobs, they need to hear this too. Time is currency. Discipline is the system.